Hello everyone and welcome back to Beatley Tones Beatles channel. Lovely to have you here. Thanks for joining me for this video. I hope you're all doing well. Now in today's video I'm going to be unboxing this parcel and reviewing its contents, and I strongly suspect that what's inside this package is the John Lennon Mind Games 2 LP version, which I did show in the unboxing of the Cube video, but I kind of thought that a lot of people will just be getting the 2 LP or the 2 CD version, and so I thought it'd be worth doing a separate video for that, so people can you know, talk about this in the comments if this is what you've got. Okay, so let's get it unboxed. Okay, before we get into it, I just want to say a big thank you to all the new subscribers. Been quite a few of you recently. Thanks very much for subscribing. Welcome to the channel, and I hope you enjoy the content here. Okay, so here is the 2 LP version of Mind Games. Let's give you a good look at the hype sticker there. It says John Lennon Mind Games, the ultimate mixes and the outtakes, 2 LPs, poster, 2 postcards, 8-page booklet, completely remixed from the original multi-tracks. Now the first thing that I notice about this is my old mate Beatle Dave. He did an unboxing and review of this album, which you know you should check out, and he mentioned that his hype sticker wasn't on the shrink. It was actually on the LP jacket itself, which I thought was not good. That's a bit of a shame, and I can confirm that my hype sticker is definitely on the shrink. You might just be able to see me just peeling it away there, and I am going to take it off now and keep that to one side. I usually sort of stick these on the sort of the inside of the sleeve or on the inner sleeve or something like that. That is the back of the LP, and that is the track listing. So there are 2 LPs in here, and if you've got the, you know, if you've got the 2 CD or the deluxe box set, the 2 LPs that are in here are CD1, the ultimate mixes, and CD6, the outtakes from that box set. Now my other mate, who lives in the same sort of area as Beatle Dave, Terry Mann, he said the best thing to open shrink with is a guitar pick. So I've had this box of Beatles guitar picks for a while, so I'm gonna try it. I don't really use these because these are quite thick picks, and they're really for an electric guitar, and I don't have an electric guitar. I only have an acoustic guitar. So let's choose the first one that comes out the packet. It's that one, like Revolver, and then the Beatles at the side. So let's see if he's right. He is. It is. He comes off very, very easily indeed. So let's just get the shrink off. Yeah. Okay, so let's look at the album without the shrink on. That is the front cover. That is the back cover. There is the track listing. Hope you can read that. Okay. There is the spine, and the gatefold looks like this. So this part here is the collection of all the master tapes there for the Mind Games album, and then there is the information about the ultimate mixes and the outtakes LPs that are inside. A nice picture there of John and Yoko at the mixing desk, and all that information that is inside that gatefold comes from the hardback book that you get in the deluxe box sets. All that information is there. It tells you who plays what on each track, and with it in the case of the outtakes, it tells you which take it is and of how many. So for example, I See My Scent is take 2 of 3. Okay, so what's inside? What's inside? So it did speak of an 8-page booklet, and this is it. It's the front cover with the 666 referring to the line, 666 is your name from Bring On the Lucy, which also refers to Richard Nixon. This picture, and in fact all the pictures that are in this, are in the Mind Games book, not the one that comes with the deluxe set, but the one that's coming out in the autumn in September, which was included in the cube. So I showed this when I did my unboxing of the cube. So that is that page. Then inside there you've got that. You can see the Imagine postcard is there, and a kind of an early handwritten lyric of the track Mind Games. It says, I won't read it all, but I'll just read a bit of it because it's very John. Up above the games, I think that says, paint the paranoia. In the absolute elsewhere lived a fairly queen, not a fairy queen, a fairly queen, occasionally seen, but not often. That's that. Then you get this sort of drawing, which presumably is done by John, and further on you get a picture of John's artwork. Now this is the box that the hologrammed EP that's included in the cube comes in. It says "Build Around It," John Lennon, 1968. And on the other side is the Danger Box, which is also it's Yoko's artwork from the cube. You can see those in the flesh in my unboxing video of the cube, and that is the back page of the booklet postcard there from sometime in New York City. I think that one was included in Imagine, in the reissue of Imagine. I never got that postcard when I bought my Imagine LP in 1976. I just got the one with Paul with John holding the pig. Now also included in there are 2 postcards, this one and that one, like that on the back. These Apple promotional postcards from the time. Okay, and now the vinyl. Now this is interesting because on this 2 LP version, the record comes in a hard sort of inner sleeve, like it did back in 1973. So it's faithful to that. Although I've heard some people saying that their inner sleeve for Mind Games back in the day was in a more papery sort of sleeve. Mine has always been a sort of a hard card one. I sort of bought mine in the sort of mid 70s. But interestingly, the vinyl of this 2 LP vinyl in the cube, the inner sleeve comes as an extra inner sleeve. The actual record comes housed in a polyline sleeve, which it doesn't here, which is a little bit annoying, really. I think really, the price of vinyl these days, they can afford to put a £1 inner sleeve polylined in with the record, but that is the record. It doesn't say anything on the label that differentiates it from the original album, so it doesn't say sort of ultimate mixes or anything like that, but that is LP1, that is the vinyl. Okay, we'll move on to LP2 now. Included in LP2, this, which is the Outtakes, is this promotional poster. Now this is a trifold. I have to stand up again, I think. This poster was I think originally used to promote the album in 1973 in record stores. So record stores would be sent these to put up on their walls, that sort of thing. Also the Citizen of Newtopia card. I have already got, my number here is 37181. I have got I've got the one from the from the deluxe box set as well, which is a completely different number. So I've got two. I am two citizens of Newtopia, which will come in handy when I'm beside myself. Do you see what I did there? Okay, so inside, if you haven't seen this before, it's got you can put all your details, photograph, your name and all that sort of stuff, and there is the game here, which you can complete by solving the clues, but not in this set. So it's a little bit pointless in this set, because the clues to filling out this is basically all the clues are in the hardback book that comes with the deluxe box set. So it's not much use if you've just got this, but it's quite nice to have. On the back of it, it's got the Newtopian flag, the white flag, and imagine peace, think peace, act peace, and spread peace, and the declaration of Newtopia, which was the thing that we got on the inner sleeve of the original Mind Games album. So that's all the bits and pieces in there. The vinyl again doesn't come in a polyline sleeve; it comes in a hard inner sleeve, a very nice hard inner sleeve, but polyline sleeve is the way to go. Picture of John on the back. If you look closer, you'll see all the lyrics to the album is what makes up his face. Very, very nice indeed. That is the vinyl. I think that's side 1 and that's side 2. I'm not sure about that actually, but no, yes it is. That's side 2. That is side 1. Okay, so that is the vinyl. Now I'm now going to go and have a listen to the album, and I'll come back and tell you what I think of it, and hope that it's still not raining when I come back. Right, so I have listened to both LPs all the way through now, and very nice they are too. Now I'm not going to talk about individual tracks in this video, because I have already done an in-depth review, and if you want to watch that, there'll be an end card at the end of this video where I go through every track on every disc of the album. So I'm not going to repeat myself with that, but just say some general things about this. And I'm not going to be that bloke that says, oh, you got to hear this on vinyl because it's much better than CD. I haven't compared the two back to back, so I don't want to be that person that says, oh, you've got to hear it on vinyl, because I listened to the whole box set on CD and thought it sounded absolutely fantastic, and I've listened to it now on vinyl, and I think that sounds absolutely fantastic as well. Now, one thing that I will say, two things I will say about the vinyl is that both discs absolutely flat as a pancake, really good pressing. And sometimes when albums are pressed in GZ in the Czech Republic, that isn't always the case. Normally we get really good pressings from Germany, but sometimes the Czech Republic pressings can be a little bit hit and miss. These are perfect. They're very good indeed, and they're very quiet in two ways. One, they're sometimes even when you get like a brand new album, straight out of the shrink, when you play it, there's sometimes you get, you play it, you clean it, and you clean it, then you play it, but you still sometimes get like a bit of surface noise on the dead wax in between the tracks, which, although that's not on the music and not really that important, it is a little bit annoying when it's brand new. But that isn't the case with either of these two LPs in this. I don't know whether I've just been lucky, and some of you might have some surface noise, but very quiet indeed. But the other thing is that the actual record is very quiet, quieter than other albums. I'm talking about what I'm talking about here is the actual volume of it. Now, when I listen to records normally, I do like to listen to them quite loud. I sit quite away from my speakers. you know, when I'm listening, I'm not talking about the record deck that I've got in my man cave where I usually do my videos, but I'm talking about in my main sort of listening room where my you know, where my better hi-fi is. Now the record deck that I've got has got a moving coil cartridge. Now most record decks have a moving magnet, and they tend to be louder. So if you've got like a moving magnet cartridge on your record deck, you listen maybe at where at the volume level on your amp, you have the volume level maybe turned to say 9 o'clock or maybe 10 o'clock. With a moving coil cartridge, it's much quieter than moving magnet. So even when I'm listening normally, I normally have it at about 12 o'clock because I like to hear it quite loud, but that sort of gives it the best sound without it being absolutely overwhelming. I know 12 o'clock sounds loud, for most amps, but if you've got a moving coil cartridge on your record deck, you'll kind of know what I mean. Now with this album, I started off playing it with the amp volume at 12 o'clock as I normally do, and it was still quiet, and I didn't think I was hearing it at its best, so I cranked it up so the volume level was at about 2 o'clock, which normally would be absolutely deafening. It would be unlistenable at that level on pretty much any album I've ever played on that record deck. But for this album, the Ultimate Mixes, and it was the same for the Outtakes as well, that was the perfect listening level. So whether you've got if you've got a moving magnet cartridge on your record deck, crank it up a little bit more than what you would normally listen to it, and the same if you've got a moving coil, because that was that. Now my overall thoughts haven't really changed at all from from listening to this on CD. I thought that the dynamics were fantastic. Obviously John's voice is just way up front on the mix, as I said on the other video, but everything else is just so tight. The bass is like really tight, the keyboards sound fantastic, and one thing that this remix has done for me, and the reason why the Mind Games album has kind of gone up in my estimations, I'm not sure if it's gone up in my actual ranking of John Lennon albums, but it has gone up in my original estimation of this album, is just how good the session musicians were on this album. They are all just absolutely fantastic crack musicians that John is using on this album, the same musicians that Yoko used on her Feeling the Space album, and that has really enhanced my listening experience of this album. I will say that. Now so I was very happy with the Ultimate Mixes on vinyl. As I say, it had more, I'm not sure if it had more dynamics, but it felt like it did. It had a wide sound stage, and everything is really, really clear. You can hear everything that is going on, but that was the same for the CD as well. So, I'm not saying one is better than the other, but I really enjoyed listening to it on vinyl. Now, I've seen other other channels. Andrew at Parlogram, he is one that he likes to do what is the best sounding version of this, and he A/B's it, and you see his little WAV charts and all that sort of thing. But to be honest, it's nonsense. It is nonsense, because the only thing that matters when you're listening to this, whether you're listening to it on vinyl or you're listening to it on CD, is these. That is the only thing that matters. Doesn't matter what it says on the chart. Whatever sounds good to you is what is important, and not what someone else says that's A/B'd it, or they're an audiophile and they've said that this is better. It's not always the case. Some LPs sound better than CDs, some CDs sound better than albums. So it's a mixed thing, and the only judge is your ears. And what you hear in your ears is also, you know, dependent on what you listen to it on. So it's your hi-fi or whatever it is that you're listening to, that will, you know, that can make a big difference to your listening experience. So, you know, don't read too much into, you know, people's WAV charts and that sort of thing, and saying this is brick walled and that's brick walled and whatever. If it sounds good to your ears, then it sounds good, and that's the end of the story. Okay, moving on to the outtakes. I thought the outtakes sounded really great. Now I think all of the outtakes on here, and this will be CD 6 if you on the deluxe box set, and if you've got the 2 CD version of Mind Gamers, it's the second disc, obviously. The outtakes sound great, and they are mostly played by the core band. So, you know, because they're stages of the song before getting to the final song, they're pretty much all before overdubs. No real overdubs on these outtakes as their, you know, earlier takes. And does that mean that they're better, that, you know, can they be better than the finished version? Well, you know, probably not, because they're outtakes. They were left off the album because they're not as good as the ones that were on the album. And, you know, overdubs are there for a reason. They're to, you know, to make the track sound better and enhance it. And if it didn't do that, then they wouldn't be there. So remember, the outtakes are early stages, but they're played by the core band, and by the core band I obviously mean John on guitar and keyboards, Ken Asher on various keyboard instruments, Gordon Edwards on bass, David Spinoza on, you know, guitar, acoustic guitar, that sort of thing, and Jim Keltner on drums, and on Meat City, Rick Marotta is there. The overdubs added by Sneaky Pete on pedal steel guitar, Michael Brecker on saxophone, and the vocal group Something Different doing the backing vocals and harmonies are not on these outtakes. As I say, if you want a track by track analysis of each of these outtakes, go and have a look at my review video of the deluxe box set and go to the outtakes bit. Now, one thing that I have noticed about the outtakes on the LP, and that is, can you see on for You Are Here and Meat City, long tracks, for You Are Here 1054, and Meat City, which is take 16, 603. Now on the deluxe box set, when I did a review, those are the correct timings for those songs. Those are not the correct timings for them on this album. Now, You Are Here, I timed it, clocks in at about 5.5 minutes. It's supposed to, you know, the full version is 11 minutes, and Meat City clocks in at about 2.5 minutes, and that is you know, a 6-minute track on the CD version. So I'm interested to know, for any, because I didn't get the 2 CD version because I didn't need to, because obviously you know, I had the 6 CD version, so I don't need to buy the 2 CD version. But anyone that has bought the 2 CD version, can you let me know down in the comments if your version of You Are Here and Meat City is the 10-minute 54 version and 6-minute and 3-second version respectively, or whether it is the shorter versions that I've just described at about 5.5 minutes and about 2.5 minutes. It's be interested to know. And we kind of, you know, we're going back now to, you know, we've talked about this before when we talked about one hand clapping. You know, people that bought the CD version, CD buyers who wanted one hand clapping, you know, were disappointed because, you know, the EP, the bonus EP, was only included on the vinyl. And now we've gone back to how it used to be when CD first came out, when they used to add bonus tracks on the CDs that weren't on the LPs, and, you know, to try and get people to start buying CDs when they first came out. We've gone back to it here, where the people that are buying the vinyl, the 2 LP vinyl, are getting shortchanged here because the versions on here, despite what it says on the back of the sleeve, are not the full versions that we're getting on the deluxe box set. So if you've got the 2 CD version, not the 6 CD box set, because I know that they're right on that, but if you've got the 2 CD version, have a listen and let me know down in the comments whether you've got the full version of You Are Here and Meet City on the Outtakes CD, or whether you've got the edited version, which is on the vinyl. Okay, so that is it. So, you know, very pleased with this. I'd love to know what you guys think about the 2 LP and the 2 CD vinyls. Are you happy with them? Let me know down in the comments. Now, when I did my review video, where I went into every track on every one of the 6 CDs, you know, that was pre-release. So now that everyone has got their box sets, or got their, you know, their LPs or CD sets that they ordered, you know, I'd love to know, you know, if you want to go back to that video and you know, have a look at, you know, my review, what I thought of each of the tracks. I'd love to know whether you agree with them, because obviously those reviews are now going to mean more to you now that you've got the tracks in your hand and you can listen to them. So anyway, that if you do want to go back and watch the review video, you can do that. There's an end card at the end of this video. There'll also be an end card for my unboxing of the Cube, if you want to see that as well. Okay, that is pretty much it from me. As I say, you know, do tell me what you think down in the comments. But thanks very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. And Beatle Dave, send your LP back. Tell them you want one without the hype sticker stuck on the sleeve. I should also mention that this, you know, if you haven't bought this and you want to buy this, this is around 45 quid, which, you know, is not cheap. But, you know, when we're now in an era when we accept that an LP can cost up to about 30 quid for a single album, to get a double album for 45 quid, you know, it's probably decent value for money in today's market. Still a lot of money, but you know, it's a decent price, I think, for this. I think the 2 CD version is about 20 quid, which I think is absolutely spot on as well. You know, a lot of people. That's all you need. You just want the ultimate mixes. The outtakes are a bonus, so 2 CDs or 2 LPs are enough for you. Okay, that is it. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this video. I'll see you all very soon. Bye bye.